right, welcome kings and queens. Today we are talking yet again, same topic, very heavy topic. We are talking Martell Holt and Ariane Curry and the very devious plot to release a revenge tape, a revenge PORN tape, in an effort to destroy his ex-wife's reputation, to sabotage her career, to basically prohibit her from being able to do any public work by pretending the man in the tape was not him. This continues to get deeper and deeper and deeper the more the tapes are released by a said blogger who has just released tape number 3 of her and Ariane Curry having a very deep and in-depth discussion of Martell Holt sending the tape to his mistress. That we can validate and verify and confirm as a fact. Number 1, based on the mistress's confession in the recording. Okay. Own network. What are you going to do? Own network, you've got to do something. Because if you don't, this is becoming more visible, more noticeable, and people are starting to speak. As the days as the days continue to pass, I start to notice that more high-profile people are starting to take notice of this story, comment on this story, and really share their concern, their disgust about it. And Own Network, if you fail to respond, and if you continue to neglect to respond in a reasonable amount of time, I think reasonable left months ago, it's really starting to look like you're going to find yourself in a multi-million-dollar lawsuit. Number 1, based on gender bias. Are you failing to stand up because this is a woman? Number 2, a racial bias. And also, are you failing to stand up and course correct because this happens to be a black woman? And let me tell you where I'm going with this. We see a lot of people misbehave, whether it's racial outbursts, injustices. And once we find out where they work, we write to their corporations and we demand justice. And their corporations act swift. They release them from the company. They issue a public statement. Own Network has failed to do so. And the question is why? How come your attorneys have not coached you on what to do, how to do it? And I want to know why. Is it because it's a black cast? Is it because it's a black woman? Is it because black lives really don't matter? And things of this nature. And when I say black lives don't matter, what I'm saying is, do you not consider this severe enough for you to speak out on it? Because Martell Holt is an employee of yours who has impacted your brand over and over and over again in a negative way. And I'm going to get to Miss Ariane Curry in just a second. But Own Network, you better do something. Because this is not looking good for you. And what it's starting to look like is that you're in support, passively, of Martell Holt. And you're turning a blind eye to abuse, manipulation, and outright exploitation of his ex-wife. Let's talk about it. For those of you who are just tuned in, or if you're new to the channel, welcome to the palace. I am Queen Sheba. I cover a variety of hot topics specific to reality television, but most importantly, I hone in on the psychological and the behavioral traits of the Black experience.
Subscribe now.
If I have to be honest with you, I've never witnessed anything like this before in my entire life. This is beyond reality television. This is absolutely sick. This has caused me to pause, and it's actually become a bit too much for me. Ariane, I'm not sure what's going on with you, but here's what I can say I've noticed. You have become far removed, and I don't know you before this, but I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt. I'm going to say, since dealing with Martell Holt, you have become so far removed from reality that abnormality have become your new normal. And what I mean by that is you think it's normal, the way you think, the way you behave, and the things that he has convinced you to do. You behave as if what you've done, that happens every day. You speak as if there are no consequences for your behavior. And you've actually somehow managed to place yourself on a pedestal as if you are an upright, decent citizen of Huntsville, Alabama. And we all know that's not the case. Now, initially, when Karson blew, thank God this girl came forward. Because y'all, this would have happened. If you leave those two alone to themselves, Ariana and Martell, this would have happened. And it may not have happened when he wanted it to happen, but eventually it would have happened. Because in exchange for committing a crime, he would have given her a bit more affection. But had it not been for Karson Blue, Melody Cherie would have never gained knowledge of what this man had planned to do outside of what he sent her. So it's one thing for your family member, your ex-husband, somebody to say, quit playing with me. I'm going to expose you. I'm going to do this. And I'm not saying that he would not have delivered. But this was deeper than probably what she could have ever imagined. He had every intent of carrying out this plan. And he said it in my one-on-one. He said, yeah. And I told her, I don't care if it does ruin my life. Ariane, you are not innocent. The moment you opened up your mouth and you offered to send a copy of the act, of the tape to the content creator, you implicated yourself. There is nothing you can do. There is nothing you can say to backtrack on what's on tape. Even if you said I had no intent of originally sending or releasing the tape when he wanted me to, you offered to send it to her. You offered to send it to her on a recording. Not only that, you doubled down in part 3 to say, and if I wanted to release it, you know I would have. And the fact that you still have a copy validates to the judge, validates to the judicial system that you have ill intent. This is not going to fare well for either you or Martell.
Should I expose him or should I not?
Should you expose him? Yes, the hell, you should. You should have never been with him. You should have exposed him yesterday, because one thing I can guarantee you, it may not be today, it may not be tomorrow, but he is going to jail. That is a crime. He admitted on my one-on-one interview that he sent a threatening text message to his ex-wife that he would be willing to release the tape, to shut her down, to ruin her. Girl, that is a crime. Should you expose him? My question to you is, why are you still with him as a woman? If this man would turn on his wife of 14 years and betray his wife of 14 years and throw her under the bus while they were in the privacy of their bedroom, and she was loving him like a doting wife would love her husband, and he would turn around and use her love against him, and you have to sit here and scratch your head and ask another woman, should I expose him? You know what? Let me tell you something. He damn sure will expose you. And you better hope to God that he doesn't have you on tape. You better hope that man does not have you on tape, because if he does, he's going to go lower than he's ever gone. You think he harasses Melody? Oh, he's going to shut you down because you don't have an ounce of integrity to stand on. Your public reputation has already been diminished. Your public reputation has already been smeared. He has you exactly where he wants you, where nobody would be willing to save you. So he can say anything or do anything against you, and everybody would believe him. And the fact that you pause and hesitate, girl, you should have turned his ass in, because let me tell you what's going to happen. He's going to jail. And when they get him, he's going to throw you all the way under the bus. And it kind of saddens me a little bit. I don't know who your family is or who your friends are. But baby, the way me and my friends roll, never, never. No, ma'am. No, ma'am, Pam. It ain't no way your friends love you as much as they say you do, because they would have been pulled your coattail and said, what the hell are you doing? Stop speaking on her children. Stop opening your mouth. Girl, you out here looking real bad in these streets. This man has got you fried, dyed, and laid to the side, and you look like a goddamn fool. And you are one step away from going to jail. And you ain't even know it. And you don't even know it. And that's what's sad about it. It is crazy. You have become so blind with envy. You will do anything for this man. You're going to jail. That's all I have to say about that. One thing I can guarantee you is Martell Holt has exposed everybody. Martell Holt has turned against everybody, even if it's just for a brief second. Martell Holt has turned against his cast members. Martell Holt has turned against his ex-wife. And let me tell you something. You may not want to talk about, oh, she asked him to seal the court documents. Hold up. Get your facts straight. Because that's where you are really coming in blind. First of all, and the court documents that he sent me is very sensitive information that her child, their child divulged about his own father abusing him. How about that? So you may want to shut your mouth, because Martell is not innocent. And I'm going to go ahead and say this. Martell, you're not innocent. You've hit that child over and over again like he was a grown man. You've injured that child, and that is not an accusation of abuse. That is that child reporting to his mother what you did to hurt him while he was in your care. Don't play with me. I have it. You sent it. I have you on record stating that I could share it. But what you wanted me to do was share it in your favor. And I refuse to do so without including all surrounding details. So, ma'am, Miss Ariane Curry, when you say, oh, she wanted the court documents blocked, just maybe she wanted them blocked to protect her child as a mother. Because this Negro was willing to do whatever to make it appear as if he came out on top, when really he didn't. He's doing to you what he's done to his child. He's doing to you what he did to his mother. You remember he wanted his mother to get on stage? I'm sorry, get on stage, to get on the witness stand and sock it to them, even if it meant lying. Girl, if you don't know what time it is, we can't help you. But one thing I can tell you and guarantee you, be very careful how you speak, because I think at one point in the video you said, kill me and my kids if I'm lying. That's a whole lot of juju that you're speaking over your life. And I don't recommend that for anybody. That is absolutely absurd. That over a man, that you will put your kid's life on the line. Y'all, if this ain't crazy, if this is not Lifetime television, I don't know what it is. But I just can only hope and pray that soon and very soon, God will rectify it all and somebody will be going to jail.